Oh my goodness, I am so happy you could make it to this week's episode of Closed by Mo. My name is Mohammed. I am hopefully your favorite YouTube host on most things real estate. I'm also a real estate investor and a realtor based out of New York. And in this week's video, we're going to talk about some of the red flags to keep an eye out for when you're thinking about buying a house, selling a house, buying a commercial property, a building, whatever it is. These are the red flags that you have to keep an eye out for when you're interviewing different kinds of agents. Now, to begin off this list in no particular order of the top 5 real estate agent red flags is lack of communication. Now, I'm not saying you should expect your agent to be available 24/7 to answer those late night calls and text messages if you're super anxious, but you should at least have a level of expectation from your agent that they should be able to get back to you in a timely manner, that they're punctual, and that they're able to close the loops on any kinds of questions that you may or may not ask depending on what kind of property you're looking to buy or sell, whatever it is. You should expect your agent to not leave any questions unanswered. Even if they don't know the answer to a question, you should expect them to tell you, hey, I don't know the answer, but I can probably find out for you, and then actually follow up and get back to you about that specific question. The second red flag to keep in mind when you're interviewing different agents is if they don't ask you about your goals and plans. Now, I don't mean that you and your agent should sit down and plan out your whole life and your wedding and everything and all that fun stuff. What I mean by this is if the agent isn't asking you second or third level questions about what exactly you're trying to accomplish, not just now, but maybe in 5 to 10 years, then that might also be a little bit of a red flag, because that means that that agent is not fully equipped or not fully invested in that relationship with you to make sure that they're actually helping you to get exactly what you're wanting, not just in the short term, but also in the long term. The third red flag to keep in mind with real estate agents might not even sound like a red flag, because at first it sounds like a very green flag, but the cheapest commission that an agent is willing to accept doesn't necessarily mean you're getting the best quality or the best deal for your value. Now, what I mean by that is there are a lot of different discount brokers and different discount agents out there that will happily work with you if you pick them over the other guy by giving you a much cheaper commission rate. But understand that that comes with a particular sacrifice. And typically in real estate, especially with real estate agents and brokers, you get what you pay for. The fourth red flag to keep in mind in terms of the different real estate agent red flags is if they're talking to you too much into a deal, or they're putting too much pressure on you to go ahead with a property or a particular deal. That is a very big red flag, especially in my experiences, because you want to be mindful of any agent that is putting their needs ahead of yours. And in terms of what their needs are the fact that they get paid a commission when the deal closes, if and only when it closes. So they're incentivized to get you to close on the deal regardless of whether or not it even aligns with your long-term goals. So to keep that in mind, you have to be cognizant of any agents that keep pressuring you into making a decision or moving ahead with a deal if you don't feel completely, right about it. The fifth red flag to keep in mind with any kind of real estate agent, especially if you're starting to interview them, is wondering whether or not they have any kind of long-term goal with you. Now, what I mean by that is real estate is a very relationship-heavy industry, so you want to work with an agent that's not just there to make a quick commission off of you and then disappear forever. Typically, good real estate agents understand that if they're working with you on your first transaction, you're likely to buy or sell more properties down the line, and they want to make sure that they're invested in that relationship with you, so they will prioritize that relationship with you versus any quick fix short-term commission check that they might receive from talking you into or pressuring you into buying or selling a property that might not align with your long-term goals. If you have enjoyed this video, guys, I really appreciate it if you drop a like, a thumbs up, or subscribe. It really helps with the algorithm, and I had a lot of fun making this. I will see you guys next week, hopefully. Thank you so much for watching.